Hey Nintendo fans and collectors, this is Lithium017 from my channel Nintendo Collecting 101, bringing you collecting tip number 54. This one's called Photograph Your Collection. I think it would be really wise for you to not only database your collection in an Excel document like a previous collecting tip that I talked about, the link is above the video right now, but you should also photograph your collection. I really wish I took more photographs of my collection, and I did take a few of them back in '09 and in 2010 and 2011 obviously and today, but I wish I could have seen how my collection grew and how it developed and progressed because I think that's part of the fun, seeing how far you've come. When the internet first started, all it really was text online, then they moved to photos, we're eventually moving to videos, so yes, in the future I will do a video about YouTube, but until then, I will do photographs for now. So this is my page. My name obviously on Facebook is Lithium017. There's a link to this site or on Facebook. There's a link to me in the underbar or underneath the video in the description. There's also a link on my channel, which I have the new channel and I'm trying to get used to that. There's a Twitter link and there's a Facebook link. But here, let's just talk about what you can do for yourself. So you don't have to even show your actual name. Here I am Lithium017. I don't put my real name in. It just says that I am an entertainer, and it's great so that you can actually make something like this. So what I did was I uploaded a Super Smash Bros. Background pic because what's more appropriate for a Nintendo fan than Super Smash Bros. In almost every character. I also uploaded a Nintendo Tower of Power. Say that 3 times fast. And does the Dark Knight really rise? I think it does because I chose some of the black consoles here. Looks kind of cool as my profile picture. So you can kind of create this for yourself to share your collection with others and to also document it for yourself. So let's go to my photos, and I'm only going to concentrate on a few of my albums. This is my beer pong how-to. Maybe I'll do another video about that. But if we go to my albums, I have previous years of collections. So I have my collection right now in 2011, 2010, and 2009, the beginning of my collection. So this is what I wish I took more photos of, but I do have a few. I started collecting back in roughly '07 or '08, and in 2009 I started taking some photos. So this is one of the first photos I ever took of my NES collection. It's not very big, just 15 games, one sealed game too, so I guess 16. A box console, the 2 light guns, which is awesome having those. Yes, there's a red one and a gray one. Not very much, but it was a start, and that's where I came from, and I'm taking this picture on a retro, damaged ping pong table before I even had my Nintendo room. Here are the more NES games, sorry, just NES games that I got. Obviously, my collection expanded a little bit more. This looks like it's roughly 25 games, so it's just growing a little bit more. And here is my Super Nintendo collection. I grew up with the Sega Genesis, and I was so jealous of my friends that had the NES and the SNES. So in 1998, roughly, I got myself an N64, and then in 2007, I went crazy and really wanted to get a lot of the SNES games, or the SNES games, as most fans say. So here are some of the box games that I got. I obviously had the Lethal Enforcer's Big Box and the Super Scope. I remember paying $50 for that. It's really cool. It's huge. Takes up a lot of batteries. I have some of the better games in box, but not that many yet. I have the Donkey Kong Trilogy, which is awesome. If you've never played that. I have Illusion of Gaia and a few Kirby games. And obviously the classics like SimCity and Star Fox and Mario Kart and Zelda, among quite a few others, and some really rare cartridges. Earthbound, a damaged label, which I still have today. This is my original N64 collection. Quite a few consoles. The 9 that I got are all from North America. It's the complete set, the 6 Fantastics, the regular charcoal, the Pokemon, and the gold. Quite a few controllers here, including a Donkey Kong one and the Millennium already, and some boxed games and consoles. But note, I only had one box for the Fantastic series, and I wish I got them all boxed to begin with. But finding these online or finding them on Kijiji and finding them locally was fun. And a few other consoles that I should have sold, and quite a few awesome games. So this is just seeing where I came from in terms of GameCube. Not very many games here. This has some of the best games, obviously, like Mario Kart, Mario Party, Paper Mario, Mario, Super Smash Bros., some Zelda, I even enjoyed Star Fox. It wasn't great, but it was good. So I have some of the games here and the Metroids. Just seeing where I started from. The Wii was quite new back then, so this is not that many Wii games. I got games like Guitar Hero and Madden to play in Residence because that was what I thought I would do with my new Residence friends that I didn't even make yet in my first year. This is my DS collection and my Game Boy Advance collection, of which I've almost sold all of these. I only kept some of the really good titles. I decided not to collect for handheld, and that was just my personal decision. So this image is a reminder of me to kind of stay focused. Even though I have some great games like Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga, which I had to hold on to, and some of the Marios, and Zelda, of course. Here is my roots. This is going all the way back to my childhood. Ever since 1993, I believe, I got the Sega Genesis. Most of these games I had my entire life, ever since I was 5 years old. A lot of them I did get, not a lot, but maybe 10 of them I got since then. But most of them, including the Sonics, love the Sonics, some rare ones like Shinobi and Gunstar Heroes. And I even remember playing Bell's Quest and Aladdin. And Aladdin is not the same on the Sega Genesis as it is on the SNES. It's a lot better on the SNES. Go Nintendo. So this is just a reminder of my roots, and those are all the photos from my 2009. I wish I took more, but I didn't. So let's go back. Let's take a look at 2010. And hopefully we'll get all of these images to load. And this was my collection. This is when I started turning it into a Nintendo room. This was it. This is quite a bit of it. And as you see here, there's quite a bit going on. I have a lot of the N64 consoles. I even included, for some reason, I don't know why, the vodka bottles in my collection. So here are all of the N64 boxes for all the consoles worldwide. I believe I just finished this in 2010, and I was very proud about it, and you see them all up here, and that was the original way that I displayed them. Here is just the other side of the room, all the games kind of out of box for Nintendo. And here is that one side of that shelf that looks awesome with vodka bottles and N64 accessories. All of my figures, that's all I had back then, and a lot of GameCube stuff along with a Zelda poster. Here is the hutch that I got. This is the first time I got the hutch. Very late, it looks like in 2010. And as you can see here, I didn't have the full Fantastic collection, I guess, that I fit into here. This is later in the year when I started figuring out how to display my collection, but I realized all the boxes didn't fit in the hutch because the last row was just too short. I also see in this picture, I had 2 DK Banana controllers, 2 Millennium 2000 controllers, and 2 Nintendo Power 100th issue controllers, of which I did not need the double, and I decided to sell them, so that reminded me, why keep doubles? Not really necessary, especially for rare items. I also see here I have all my DVDs, Transformers box set, and some VHS tapes down here of the Disney collection, which reminded me I just stayed focused in that room and I got rid of anything that really wasn't gaming based or Nintendo based, and I moved my DVDs out of there. So here are my NES games that I had. It looks very similar to the previous year's pick in 2009. Here are a lot more SNES games. You can see in 2010 my SNES collection ballooned up and I've got a lot more. I think that's almost 75 to 80 games boxed, quite a few I got that year. Here are the N64 games, a lot of which the boxes are not fantastic titles like FIFA 99. It might be a great game, but it's not what I wanted to keep in my collection. So a few of these I sold since then. It's not that many here, but it's quite a few. Here's my GameCube collection, which has probably doubled since then. Decent amount of games there. And my Wii collection, you can see from the previous year, I now have maybe 20 to 25 titles along with some of the rare stuff. And I believe this was in 2010, but it might have been 2011. I need to check because here's the gold one right there of the Mario collection, so I might be mistaken. I'm not sure. If you know the answer to that, correct me in a comment. Here are the box consoles I had. Only 2 GameCubes, the Starlight Gold and the black one, among some other Nintendo box consoles. I displayed my cartridges just on the side like that. And my N64 games I originally displayed like this because I thought that was a cool way to see them. However, when I grab one of them, all the rest fall and it's a disaster. But it kind of looks cool to look at that and see your childhood immediately. And these are N64 accessories. Some of my, obviously, the figurines that I had, including the Earthbound smaller set that I had without the Starman figures that I have today. Here's my GameCube collection, and a lot of people have been asking me, what's this controller here that has the big keyboard on it? It was an Axi, I think it's called Axi 2 keyboard only for one game called Phantasy Star Online, and that was only available, that controller anyways, in Japan. And here's my roots again, all that Sega Genesis games just now put away on a shelf. And again, there's my room. So that was my collection in 2010. Let's take a look at where it came to 2011. And I really urge you guys to do this so that you can kind of see how far your collection has come. And in 2011, it looks like my collection changed quite a bit. I got these shelves for $10 each, put them there. This shelf is still here, didn't move at all. I'm displaying the 16 worldwide consoles among some other boxes too. Quite a few N64 controllers here and accessories and some Wii stuff as well. So if the photo does not load, we will come back to it. Hopefully it does load, and it did. So this is the other side of the room. Now I took these gray, really heavy shelves and I moved them. They're industrial grade, I'd say. And I moved them over to this side. I have the hutch here as well. And here is the TV I was using. Put up the Mario poster above. Obviously some Wii consoles there, but I don't have the black one for one reason or another. 4 box GameCubes now, grew a little bit. And here is where all of the games are kept. It just moved to this side of the room and I rearranged it a little bit, showing off some of the figures now with the collection. It's slowly developing into what it was today. And this is the awesome hutch that I obtained. Fantastic. It has lights in it. It's amazing. I really like it, and I keep all the 16 worldwide consoles for Nintendo 64 as well as some rare controllers in it. And obviously this is a better image of that shelf and the games on that side of the room. So that's where my collection went in 2011. Let's take a look a bit at where it is today, although these pictures are not completely up to date because I want to save a little bit of the surprise for my collection video for 2013, which will be coming at the end of the Club Nintendo year, which is June 30th of this year. So I don't want to spoil too much, but now I have a hutch on this side of the room now too, and opened it up, and you can kind of see what I display things with. Here is where in 2012 it looks a little bit different, but not much. And I got some of the rarer games out there. So here are some of the more detailed images of my collection, along with 2 of the rarest N64 consoles, my Nintendo Power magazine collection. Now here's the big change in the room. I got these black shelves, and they're in a completely different location in my room. And you can see I have quite a few more games. Not only do I have quite a few more games, I have quite a few more figurines to display with those games, and I really like the look of these shelves. They look great. So this is 2012, I believe, and here's the top half of the shelf with a bit more detail so you can kind of see the figurines. I have Sonic and Earthbound and some chess figurines and Zelda toys and some Mario, and the bottom half as well with some Pokemon stuff, and these aren't quite up to date, and I need to take new photos for 2013 still. Here are my GameCube collection of controllers, quite a few, and obviously you see the development of this Wii collection here, and as well as my GameCube collections filling out a little bit. I have a black Wii now, so I'm kind of getting an idea of where I've come. And I've also got all the 16 consoles, and I took them out to take a picture. This is the North American 9 consoles, and we go back around to the hutch, and we go back around to this original image. So I really do urge you to take your own photos of your collection to kind of see where you came from. I think this Facebook option is excellent. It's a great way to share your collection with other people, and people can comment on it. So feel free to go to this if you want. You can comment on it. You can like my page. You can send me a link of your page or tell me what your name is on Facebook and share your collection with other people and start to document what you have so that in the future you can see where you started and where you went to and where you are today, because I definitely obtained quite a bit since it looked like this and a lot more since it was previous to that when I didn't even have a Nintendo room. So I will do updated photos of my 2013 collection, but I don't want to ruin it. I want to take that video at the end of the Club Nintendo year on June 30th. Feel free to look at this page, to follow me on Twitter. Thank you very much for watching. Have an excellent day, and as always, Nintendo Power forever, even though it's gone. Sad day. Thank you very much. Have a great day, everyone.